Give me one.
Hey guys.
Hey guys, what's up?
It's No Pants Friday.
You know the new style is reverse lip.
Hey guys.
I can't. I'm trapped. I can't even get out. I'm stuck. Send help. I'm stuck in Oregon.
Hey guys, it's No Pants Friday. Hey guys.
Help. Hey, do you guys wonder if we're actually wearing pants or not? Because we're not. Oh my goodness, help me. Hi.
What's happening, guys? It's No Pants Friday. Are you wearing pants? Are you wearing pants?
Nope, not wearing
Technically,
pants.
no pants are being worn.
Yoga pants. Yoga pants or no pants.
Because they're non-restrictive waistbanded pants, which is equal to no pants.
We're gonna stick to the couch. Vicky's like, get me the hell out of the middle of these freaks. Look at her. She's like, help me! Like twice if you need help.
Cheryl's here. Cheryl made it.
Hi, Cheryl.
Anyway,
This is a secondhand cup.
Secondhand cup. She thrifted it, guys. That's a thrifted goblet.
It's Mimi's.
It's a goblet. Mimi's. That's my mom. My mom's not going to be here because she couldn't handle being confined in here with us for a whole hour. She couldn't hack it.
I can't blame her.
She couldn't hack it.
I can't handle being
because Binky over here showed up with pretty much 5,000 children in tow. Some her own, some not. And so they have to be...
They're all being quiet.
They have to be quarantined to the other side of the house. And I did instruct Tom Zilverberg, my dad, that if anyone even comes near this door over here, he is instructed to murder them immediately. And yeah, knock them on the head. Knock them on the head. See, this is how it works, guys. So you get your hand right here and you get your knuckle out a little bit like this. And then you just knock them on the head.
Hey, I got a bone tumor on mine, so mine does an extra. See that little lump right there? I do, remember? Lord help me. They're nowhere near as funny as they think they are. I just want
whatever. Jesse, she said we're not funny.
What?
Rude.
You're out of the family.
You're out of the family.
She just pretends like we're not funny because she's like worried she'll be shamed.
Yeah, I'm having a Stella. You're having a Bud Light Lime.
Bud Light Lime.
Like what?
And I'm having.
And she's having a goblet of what's that stuff called?
Cheap wine.
Lambic, whatever stuff.
It's raspberry beer.
Lambic.
Is it German?
I don't know.
It's raspberry beer, and I don't like beer, but this is good.
What was clickbait that I said my mom was going to be on here?
Yep, total clickbait.
The thing is, guys, if the kids weren't here, it's like because all the kids are here, we have to have the door shut and like be stuck in here. Otherwise, I would have just had her come and go as she wants. But basically, it was like she didn't want to be stuck in here for.
And it's not easy for her to get in and out of the room because she is in a wheelchair, so she can't just like get up and leave.
Yeah, it would have made it a little bit weird. Karen, how many Pendletons did you find?
3.
1, 2, 3. She found 3. I did,
4 Pendletons.
Yes, she had full reign of all of the button-down shirts everywhere that we went. We went to a bunch of places today, guys. I did take video footage of everything, so I think it's going to be a really cool video for anyone who's interested in coming to the Pacific Northwest and doing any kind of thrifting. We were only in Salem, and I'm telling you, what do you think about Salem thrifting?
Good. It was really good. I was very selective, and we're still sending home 2 16 by 18 by 24 boxes full of stuff.
Yeah, we got a ridiculous amount of stuff, but we were super selective, and you found some really cool.
Yeah,
she scored the most today. But I'm telling you guys, people who think that, when you come to Oregon, you got to go to Portland to do your thrifting. What's happening over there?
I'm trying to sneakily find some chapstick, but you just had to call me out
because you're at this.
She's rustling. She's making noise. Vicky does it, so I felt
like I did chapstick. Okay, wait. Anyway, you would think that you would come to Oregon and you would want to go to Portland to go thrifting. But the thing is, when I lived here, I would go. I lived in Silverton, which is only like about 20 minutes from Salem. And that actually, I think it's better to thrift there because in Portland, there's a lot more competition. It's harder to find the kind of stuff that I wanted to find, especially a lot of the streetwear stuff. And here, it's just like, it wasn't even that busy in the places, was it?
No, it wasn't. And it's a Friday, and yeah, we went to a bunch of different places. What did we go to? Like 7? Yeah, 7 different places.
Yeah, like 7 different. We went to a bunch. We went to the Bins, And then we went to Union Gospel Mission thrift store. And then we went to a regular Goodwill.
Yep.
And then we went to the Humane Society Goodwill or Humane Society thrift store.
Yep.
And then we went to
Salvation Army.
Blast Off Vintage.
Oh yeah.
And then we went to another Goodwill, and then Salvation Army, and then that's 7 right there, and then Value Village.
And
so
I
really
wanted to go to Teen Challenge and St. Vinny's, but Katie.
We went to 8 and
off.
we were still home by 4.
Yeah, we were still home by 4. So we went to a whole bunch of them, and a couple of them were real. There's my little honey hole, and then yeah. So anyway, so I think anybody who's planning on traveling over here, you'll want to watch the video. I'll have it up sometime this next week, and you'll want to see because I show like the places that we go and everything like that. Redneckers and Resale just busted out $1.77 super chat. Yay!
Do we have to?
There you go.
All
Don't we
right.
have to sing a song or anything?
That's what he gets for his super
that's
chat.
his song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gets
So like, did he donate $1.77? I don't really know what that means because I'm not.
Yeah, so with the super chat, see how there's like the little dollar sign right there? Anybody can click on that and they can pick any amount of money that they want, and it makes their little chat thing get highlighted.
So I can do 1 cent.
I don't know. I'm not sure if you can go under $1 or not. And the more money you give, the longer it'll stay highlighted at the top. So like, let's say we were slightly more popular and we had like 1,000 people live in the chat, like you would never see anything that was going on because it would go so fast. So somebody does a super chat, then it makes it sure that we see it and it gets highlighted. So,
And then you know that person, or what does it do for them?
do you know that we're live right now?
Yeah, I do. But I need. What if someone doesn't know and you got to explain?
What do you mean they don't know?
I don't know.
Well, they did it.
No, I mean
look at
someone
this.
else.
They
Someone else?
understand. Look at, oh my God, poor Vicky. Vicky, you might want to go hang out with Mama. I love Mama.
Some people know about the super chat and some people don't know about the super chat.
If you knew our mom, Vicky would be in a lot worse trouble if my mom was.
I don't know. I've been hanging out with Mom. I've been chatting.
She's
with
right.
Mom.
No, Mom is hilarious.
She makes me laugh.
If you guys want to know how funny my mom is, go and look at my Instagram post from yesterday. My mom did make me an amazing present. It is a custom. I should have brought it to the show on the show, but an awesome magnet for the fridge. But go look at my Instagram post. Seriously, guys, it's hilarious. Allison, Big Drift Rift, $1.99 super chat. This is for the board shirt fund. Her first one sold for $92. She had it up for like barely any time at all.
And I found my first one today.
Binky, please do the honors of a super chat song. Go now.
Just Zibber chat, super. Wait, you already did that one. That's when.
No, that's it. Do that one. Do it.
Super chat, she's super chatty. Is that how it goes?
Yow.
Cha cha cha. Meow.
Anyway,
Enough.
she found a board shirt today, but she found some other Pendleton stuff as well. And I pretty much stayed away from anywhere where there potentially could be Pendleton shirts. I was letting her have all the fun. But I will say the one that you got was like $20. But
I did pay $20.
But Allison, I mean, she sold it for $92. So $20.
I think hers is older than mine.
It is, but yours should still be able to sell for like $80.
Sorry,
They're
guys.
awesome.
There are bubbles in my drink and it made me burp.
Ew,
Excuse
disgusting.
me.
You're disgusting. Hey, do you guys like my shirt? Meow.
Who's it from?
Meow.
Who got it for you?
Binky got it for me.
I got something else for you.
She's
did?
got something else for you. It's a surprise.
Do you think everyone's here on the show?
Not yet. How about this?
Well, we have 110 people watching.
So we were supposed to come right after Christmas, but I had got in my accident, so we had to cancel that trip. And then my dad got us tickets to come this weekend. And so this was one of the Christmas presents she gave me, but she also has another one that she said I could not open it until we were live on the show. So let's say we have to get up to 60 thumbs up before I can open up that.
It's actually opened. I'm gonna
because she didn't wrap
slide it out and be like,
perfect. Noelle, what's Noelle say? Oh, she did lots of crap ton of emojis. Noelle, we're gonna see Noelle tomorrow night. And guess who's out? Noelle, I don't know if I said this yet. Guess who else is coming tomorrow night? Binky.
She's coming. She's coming to bowl and hang.
did you bring any extra cat shirts I could borrow?
We'll look around, see if I got anything for you. Flippin' Sister says, OMG, there's 2 Katies. LOL, hysterical.
Hey, I'm the oldest one.
Yeah, so really there should be like 2 Binkies.
We're like an offshoot of our mother.
I want to point out though, I want to point out, I've been silly and weird my whole life. She kept it under wraps because she wanted to be normal.
No.
Like the other kids. You were not silly and weird as much when we were kids. And then,
Yeah, go look at the picture of me in there with my pants up to my armpit and I'm like this.
but when you were at school, you were never like that.
I was shy. Yes.
She wanted to be like the other kids, guys. And she would tell me, like, you can't dress like that. That's weird. People are going to look at you weird.
Yeah.
And they kind of did. But
I tried, but then
But now you don't give a crap. And so now you're just your normal self, which is weird, like me.
Yeah, it's true.
It's true.
Katie's a little more self-esteem, I guess.
Oy.
I was like,
It's sibling coffee talk, pretty much.
Well, a little more self-esteem. A little more self-esteem.
I had to pop my zits with a contractor. What does he say? With a compass from high school.
What are you talking about?
I couldn't look people in the eye when I talked to them.
I have no idea what they're talking about.
Saturday
I
night.
didn't know how to bathe regularly or use deodorant.
You know nobody else knows what you're saying, right?
Yeah. Okay. Does anyone else know what we're talking about?
It's Chris Farley on the news.
Yeah, I don't remember what his.
I forgot what his name was.
It was. There is people. Are you enjoying yourselves or not? Because she thinks that you don't know what we're talking about, so you're not enjoying
You're
it.
just talking over each other loudly and obnoxiously about private jokes.
That's not a private joke. That is on Saturday Night Live. Chris Farley is not a private joke. Rude.
Yeah, Vicky.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
Matt Foley.
Anyway, full comps of bowling shoes, entire. Oh, 5-day flipper. Are there any Buffalo exchanges out there? There is, but in Portland. So we're going to be in Portland tomorrow, but we're not going to do a lot of thrifting. We're going, Binky's going with us, and we're going to go up. We're going to stop and see my aunts, hopefully, in Silverton, and then we're going to go up and see my grandma, our grandma, who's awesome.
I like grandma.
We love grandma. She's cool. So we're going to see grandma, and we're probably going to go to the Red, White, and Blue, which is an awesome thrift store that we grew up going to because it was right by our grandparents. But there's also is the Valley Village still there?
Yes, we
know.
Buy
They
it
shut down
last
the
year.
Valley Village.
They shut down that Valley Village?
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's not there. So we're going to go to the Red, White, and Blue because it's like right by where my grandma lives. Our grandma. I keep saying my grandma.
Well, because she's not mine.
So we're gonna go to that the Red, White, and Blue. We're gonna see grandma, and then we're gonna go to the bowling party, which starts at 4. So I don't think we're having time for anything
Does
else.
Binky do any reselling? No, she does not, but she likes to thrift because she
Yes.
likes to buy stuff for herself and her kids and her fam and all that stuff.
I may do it someday.
She has 900 children. So
She does. We grew up thrifting, and so like our grandma did it, and still sort of does it. And
we are
our
going
mom-
to try to bring Voodoo home because we are going to go to Portland on Monday, Katie and I, and we fly out at the crack of butt on Tuesday morning. So like I think we have to be at the airport at 4 a.m. on Tuesday morning.
Yeah, she doesn't have as much of the patience for the part where you have to like take pictures and list stuff. Like you started like a cool local reselling Facebook group, and then you did it for maybe a couple weeks.
I work better for other people. I'm a good hard worker, but for myself, I'm not real self-motivated. But someday if
You're a hard worker. It has nothing to do with that. It's just that then you want to do something else.
I get bored of stuff, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't think Robin and Jimmy are coming to the bowling thing.
Yeah, I don't know. They've talked about it.
You
But I
know
don't
what?
know.
I'll talk to her later today. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
She hadn't yet.
5-day flipper says, thanks for the video. Got a bundle deal pending. What? Hey, you want a super chat song? I got a super chat song for you. It includes Vicky looking really annoyed right now. Can you believe it? You got a bundle deal right here. You got 1, 2, 3. One in the middle is bored and annoyed and kind of a sandwich, a really annoyed sandwich. But here's your super chat song, and you got all that for $2. What?
The deal. That's a steal of a deal.
It's a steal of a deal.
She's literally had one sip of one beer. That is
Yeah,
just
this
not
is all-
right.
Well, every other show that we do when I'm being crazy, I've had 0 sips. Of
Mine was
beers.
about here, and it's like 5% alcohol.
It's not 5%, is it?
Yeah, one time I
You're
drank
like,
the whole thing. and I didn't even feel anything, and I don't hardly ever drink.
Karen, sort of, except we literally just opened.
We just opened.
Although apparently Binky just inhaled her goblet of lambic.
When Katie and I get together, we act like we're drunk.
Well, or if I just get hyper and stuff on my own too. But yes, Sherry, this is all I've had right here. That's all I've had. Susie says you look really irritated. Well, okay, well, hold on, guys.
I am also
We need to say something.
sick.
We need to say something. This little lady right here is actually sick. So she's really snuffly. She's got a head cold going on, but also she's allergic to cats, and my parents have 2 cats.
Yep.
Meow.
She didn't sleep well last night. Either.
So you're pretty.
My whole head is like stuffed. Right
Yeah,
now.
so it's not all. It's like probably 27% annoyed, and 70.
It's probably the other way around.
70%,
73%
73% annoyed, 27% sick. Anyway, guys.
Whoa. I'm like, is that
Crybaby Binky kids. Yeah, she's been taking
Dayquil and allergy meds.
and like a Flonase stuff or whatever.
She's a drug addict.
Doing the best I can.
Mm-hmm.
She's a druggie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so do we have any questions in the chat?
Yeah, so it's No Pants Friday. So if you have questions,
This is our AMA. Ask us
business related or not, maybe you want to know something personal, like you want to ask Binky a question.
Sherry asked, or someone asked, what is this? Is the picture of 3 sisters rocks above us?
No, that's actually Haystack Rock in Cannon Beach.
Goonies.
And that actually, this is my dad's kind of man cave. This is where he hangs out and watches his TV and stuff. And let me tell you, he's real good at decorating because the only thing he has on his walls is this, which is actually something I drew when I was in high school. Mm-hmm. And then there's another piece of art on the other wall, which also is something that what are you pointing at? I could have stolen it. What are you pointing at?
Remember, I bought a Quaker Oats tin, and I said, "Look, it's from 1989.
Yeah.
Mom and Dad used to have one. I'm going to get one too."
And that's the same one? Yeah.
But I think it's filled with quarters, actually.
I should have stolen it. Anyway, so then there's another piece of art on the other wall that's mine as well, and then a couple of carvings that my grandpa did. So it's just kind of funny.
So the bins were $2 and was it $2.09 for anything under
It was like
25 pounds?
$2.59 or two. It wasn't $2.09. It's like
$2.59 for anything under 25 pounds. If we were under 25 pounds,
and it used to be 69 cents, didn't it? When we did it?
No, it was not. It was $1 something under 25, and then if you hit 25, it was 99 cents.
Yeah, now it's like double.
It's more.
It's crazy.
So let's see. Where's the other one?
Big question. Well, you can answer this question since you are a virgin to Salem stores. Which Salem store was your favorite today?
The one that you two didn't get anything at, but the one that I found 7 Lululemon jackets.
So that would have been the Humane Society.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But what if let's say you only found some mediocre stuff there? Well, some good. I mean, obviously, the fact that you found good stuff there is part of why you liked it so much. But like, which ones? I mean, so that's just your favorite. You'd want to go back there?
You sure your favorite isn't the other one, like that Katie likes?
I like both of them, but I really liked that store, the Humane Society store.
Yeah, it's a cool store. It's not. It's one of those stores where you might hit big or there's gonna be nothing because there's not. It's really really tiny.
Yeah,
there's a cute doggy.
Yeah, there's a cute doggy.
They have a cute dog in the store. Yeah. So, question from Sunny: what's the difference between economy shipping and ground shipping, or are they the same? They're pretty much the same. It just means the economy shipping is just whatever the slower method is. It's just non-priority. That's all it means.
Susie says, "Don't talk about things that are not in the frame." Sorry, sorry, Susie.
Let's see. How long does economy shipping take? It depends on where your buyer is and what method of economy shipping you're using. So if you're using FedEx home delivery, FedEx ground, US parcel post, things like that, that's going to depend on where it's going to. Media mail is considered economy shipping. So it really depends on where it's going to and which you're using.
Chris did some research, and the Farley character that does the air quotes is Bennett Brower.
Yes.
It wasn't Matt Foley, it was Bennett Brower.
Okay.
I knew it wasn't Matt Foley, but I just didn't want to argue with you guys.
Yeah. She didn't want to argue with you guys. Yeah.
Yeah. See, Susie said, "Let me have my favorite. Don't try to talk her out of it." Yeah. Thanks.
But it was really fun because you know, I got to go. I love the even though I didn't find like a ton of good stuff there today, but the what's the Union Gospel Mission.
That's one of my favorites.
I love that store because it's the part of Salem that it's in. If you've never been to it before, it can be really confusing to find it. And so I feel like it doesn't get a lot of traffic. It's in the super commercial area where there's a lot of like
warehouses
and train tracks and all this stuff. And so
it's like an industrial district.
Yeah. And so, but once you figure out how to get there, so you can get there easily. It's just an awesome place to go to. And they have like great sales. They have like color tags. And they do 50% off, 75% off. Plus they have like a rewards thing where you spend a certain amount of money and then you get money off later. I don't know, that's one of my favorite ones. And then every time you leave, they go, "God bless you. God bless you."
And you're blessed for that.
And then you're blessed for the whole day.
Yeah. So how do you use your ring light for hard goods? I'm having challenges. So Katie doesn't do hard goods. I do. So I'll answer that question. Basically, I have a table that is like, I don't know, like waist height, a little higher than waist height. And I have a white background and a white base on the table. And I have the ring light right in front of the table at the same level as the table and then tilted down. And then I will take the photos through it.
Yeah.
So that's how I do it. It's not as bright. The ring light does not work as well on hard goods as it does on items on a mannequin, for sure, because it's more three-dimensional and you're taking something that has more shadows than something that's flat. I mean, ideally, it works much better than
if we had more space. Ideally, we would have like a light box, like a
yes. But I've had light boxes, so I would never have a light box. I don't care for them. I think they're too cumbersome. If I could keep it set up and I had, a room that was just
that's what I'm saying. If we had the space,
I would have several different. But I also sell lots of different sizes of hard goods, and most light boxes are for shoes or smaller hard goods. And then once you get into bigger ones, you have the same issue, and it's a pain in the ass to open it and close it, put it away, take it out. So yeah.
Jennifer says that they went thrifting the day after a month-long sourcing freeze, and she was so excited she couldn't sleep the night before, and then it was a bust.
Oh, I hate it when that happens.
The worst.
That sucks.
Amanda says the Honey Bunny wants to know, how often do you take a sourcing road trip? Okay, well, it's technically not a sourcing road trip because we're just coming to visit family, but it's like, come on, we got to source wherever we go, right? But I would say
source whenever we go on.
Anytime we go anywhere, we want to source, and so we just do. As far as like us actually going somewhere specifically to source, and that's the point of the trip. I would say we've done it only a couple times so far, but I think ideally
a few times a year. We probably maybe once a quarter.
Ideally, yeah.
The thing is that we actually travel quite a bit every year, so. There are pretty much four trips we take every year, no matter what. So we're going to take a trip every year to visit her family. And we're going to take a trip every year to visit my family.
Both of those ones we can source.
And we can source at both of those. And then we have a trip where we have an entire week where I do a conference called the World Burn Conference in October. And that's in different cities all around the country every year in October. That's a whole week. And then I'm a camp
usually
counselor.
We probably can't source on those times.
No.
It depends. Like this year it's going to be in Anaheim. So we'll be driving there. So I'm sure we'll stop a couple times, but that's it.
And then, I'm a camp counselor, and Katie will be a camp counselor this year in Washington for a week. And that's a 10-day trip in Washington State. So that's 4 times a year that we're 4 weeks out of the year that we're not working.
Yeah.
So we do try to at least turn the trip back with her family and the trip to my family into a time to source as well.
Yeah.
But then we can also do weekend things. We can do 2 or 3 days into California or Arizona or whatever here and there. So
360 Throwback says that they'll see us at the meetup tomorrow. You'll see all 3 of us because Binky's coming too.
Yeah, here's the thing. We're bringing name tags. I don't know if Wade or the other guys would have thought to bring name tags, but we are bringing name tags because you guys may know who we are, but we are not necessarily going to know who you are because we know names and screen names. So please come up to us for sure if you're coming.
Yeah. Susie, we can write off at least part of our trip because we spent all day today sourcing so that we were working today. The meetup tomorrow is business, in my opinion, between either our reselling or our YouTube.
Yeah, we always write off at least part of it. And then 2 trips out of the year are trips that I do for charity work. So they're entirely written off anyway.
So Sunny says Oregon probably has the best t-shirts. You know what? They do have some great t-shirts. I definitely found some great t-shirts today. I would say I probably find better t-shirts in Vegas, but only because
they're cheaper.
No, only because Savers, aka Value Village, tends to have a better selection of t-shirts, and there's 6 of them in Vegas as opposed to the one that's close here.
And somebody asked if we liked thrifting here or thrifting in Vegas better. I like going to new cities and thrifting all the time because it's something different and new. So I always find that enjoyable. Katie could probably speak better to that because this was her normal. This is where she lived.
Well, and
she
I
thrifted
when I visited. I thought it was awesome in Vegas.
Yeah.
There is
so
great thrifting here. I would say, and I love going to different cities because whenever you hit a thrift store you either have never been to or you haven't been to for months, there's going to be with all the kind of stuff that you really like to get is more likely to be around. There's going to be more of it, like t-shirts especially. But as far as like staying in one place, I would say the best. I like Vegas the best because it has the 6 Savers, and I think Savers and Value Village are more consistent over any other thrift store as far as consistently, regularly getting good stuff in. And because they turn over, they bring in 8,000 to 10,000 new pieces every single day. It's way better. So if it wasn't Vegas, I'd say Phoenix is really good because they have 7 Savers. Although in Phoenix, they're spread out a lot more, so it'd be harder
driving.
It'd be harder to get that done. So Vegas is kind of perfect because you've got your 6 Savers. They're all 15 minutes apart from each other. And then you throw in Buffalo Exchange and a couple other spots to stop along the way. I think I love Vegas for being in one place all
Well,
the time.
I know your name, so you don't have to wear a name tag.
Yeah.
But Binky doesn't know your name. Binky won't know who you are.
Yeah.
Let's see. There was going sourcing does make it a big business trip. There's only so much we need to write off. Here's the thing. The tickets were a gift from her parents. That was our Christmas gift.
Well, I had to pay for luggage.
We don't have a car rental, so we can write off our luggage.
Yeah.
We're using Dad's car, one of our parents' cars. So, I mean, obviously you're going to write off your expenses for your purchases. So there's really not a lot to write off anyway. We're staying with your parents, what I mean? So in this case, is not.
We are going to have to, we are going to have to ship some stuff home. Because the thing is, like, my dad got tickets for us, which is awesome. But of course he had already bought tickets for us and ended up not being able to transfer those. Even though we thought we were going to have to. So he bought tickets again. So he bought tickets.
The other ones?
No, he didn't lose them. It was
he has a credit that is pretty much.
The thing is, he has a credit he can use for up to a year, but it's like you have to do it through the same airline. And if you buy it directly on that website, which you have to, the tickets cost like 4 times more. It was just stupid. It was cheaper to.
He has a credit that's useless, basically.
Yeah. So anyway, so he got when he bought his tickets, he's just paying for us to come here. He got them on one way was Sun Country and the way back is Spirit. And the thing with those airlines is they're super, super cheap to fly. It was only like
It's only a 2-hour flight.
Yeah, it was only like $150 to fly both of us here and back. But the problem is that you don't get any free carry-on or checked bags, so you have to pay for all of those. So it's like, yeah, you got really cheap tickets, but then we had to pay an extra $60 to bring our bags here, and $80 to bring them back home. And then there's not enough room outside of our stuff, so we have to like ship our boxes home. So in the future, something like Southwest, it's like you get 2.
We usually take Southwest.
You get 2 checked bags each. That it just makes it a lot.
Yeah, and now we're gonna send home. We're gonna ship home a bunch of stuff. So
51 thumbs up. We need 60 guys.
Yeah, 60.
Linda, our friend from Down Under, who is in New Zealand right now, taking care of family.
Yeah.
It's nice to see you in the chat. We've been missing you.
Yeah, for sure.
Come on, guys, do thumbs up so I can give Katie her present.
That's a boring story. What? How dare you? I'll give you a boring story, real Puma.
Yeah, when we go
Puma. Look out for that Puma. Ooh, 67. You can give the present now.
When we go to New England, we usually fly Southwest, and actually we usually use points for flights. So,
well, here's her brother recently started selling on Amazon in this last year. Her brother and sister-in-law, and because they're doing Amazon, they're doing a lot of like new stuff. So that working with smaller margins, the higher price stuff. So they're using their Southwest card like constantly, like every month, like charging tons and then paying it off and paying it off. And so they have like way more points than they can ever use, and they expire. So we've already like concocted a plan moving forward that we're like, hey, all we have to do is like pay her brother, like let's say $100 to use his points to get his tickets wherever we're gonna go, and then we get 4 full-size 50-pound each bags that we can check to and from wherever we're going. And that would be like we wouldn't be able to source enough in one weekend to be able to fill those up.
Put me in a box and I'll go with you.
See, Allison loves that story. She loves that story. All right, let's bust out this present. So do you have a story?
Grand Slam Deals wishes she could give
When you see it,
thumbs up.
When
Do you have a really boring story to tell about this present?
There's no story to tell about this. It will speak for itself.
Pretty much.
You ready? You ready?
You ready? All right, I gotta.
And
I think your mother's shushing you on the other side of the door.
Hold on, I'm gonna wear it like this because. Hold on. This is the most amazing thing ever.
I got
Wait,
myself. What? I got myself one. What? Meow. Guess what? I've been literally wearing this around, and my kids are like, "Why are you wearing that? It's so weird."
You want me to help you?
Yeah, I need you to enable me.
It's not
It's not big
over
enough.
the boob shoulder.
Okay. If it's not big enough, then I just need to stretch it out. Come on. Come on.
Good Lord.
Work with me here. Come on. I'm sorry, I'm too fat. Come
My
on.
future sister-in-w, I hate you. I just want you to
We're
know.
gonna wear these tomorrow, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, you're not.
There we go.
If you have
There
a
we
fanny
go.
pack, guys, or a crazy cat
Oh
shirt,
yeah. I'm like,
wear it tomorrow.
how much is all this stuff that I thrifted to resell?
Here, Vicky.
Oh, it's $47.29. Hold on a second. Let me get my wallet out.
Vicky, help me.
Let me get my here. I'm gonna.
I wanted to get Vicky one, but she would not.
Oh, I know.
Put my wallet in here.
Not even to be funny while I wear this thing.
Here we go.
Is
It's
this
my
the new
wallet.
thing?
Oh
New?
yeah. Oh yeah. Meow, meow, meow. Oh yeah.
What's your stuff on it? Is he a graduate? What's going on? It's Hank, my cat Hank. He's in space.
Family fanny packs. No, Jessica Carey wants to know where did you get them?
Okay. It's called Santa Playa. They're made in Guatemala, handmade.
Does not need one thrifty Christmas.
Candy packs.
They're handmade.
They're handmade. What?
Simmer down, Katie. And they're awesome. There's so many patterns, you guys, and they're just really nice.
How old were the children you made these for us?
Probably like a couple
At least
months
3.
Couple months old.
I would not wear a fanny pack if you paid me.
Whatever.
I like to sell vintage. I don't like to wear vintage. And I don't like to win. And fanny packs have never been attractive. I don't care who you are.
By the way, look at the lasers coming out.
Meow, 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 meow.
Yes, Linda, the internet, I'm sorry your internet is sucking on you right there.
Yeah,
But
New Zealand. That's what happens when you go to New Zealand. You
The
need to go
meetup
back to
is-
Australia.
I want to go to New Zealand.
do you want me just to leave the room?
No.
The meetup is the one that Wade put together. Yes. Wade and Side Hustle Pros.
Samadana.
Seriously.
Nelson says, man, those toddlers can sew.
Diana Ross wears fanny packs. I'm sorry. That sounds awful.
How dare you talk about Diana Ross like that?
But see, look. And then when we travel to Italy, nobody's going to be able to steal my stuff.
You are not.
Nobody's going to be able to steal my stuff because I'm going to have it right here. Because it's like, who's going to pickpocket right in front of my face? Like,
Yeah.
Jessica, pretend like you're trying to pickpocket. Try to do it. Get out of my face! Get out of my face! See? Oh, whatever. This is going to be great.
Vicky,
I'm
when
gonna
they
keep
steal your purse,
I'll keep my
you're gonna wish you
passport.
had one.
I'll keep my passport here. And then what kind of money do they use in Italy? What kind of money do they use in
Euros.
Italy? Is it just euros? They don't have their own
I'm
thing too?
Italian
No,
rubles.
everything is euros.
But they have pounds in the UK and they also have euros, don't they? So what do they, somebody who's been to Italy, what kind of money do they use? It's just, okay,
Euros,
well, for
and then
right
they'll
now,
take your American money.
we'll just say euros, and I'm going to keep my euros right here, my passport, and, you know, my wallet.
Yes,
What
whack. Somebody needs to spell whack them both.
Black!
They have vomiting unicorns too, you guys. Somebody, I want Vicky to have that one. And taco ones.
I'm done.
Yeah. And so like when we're getting like our jug of wine in Italy, I'll be like, here, let me pay for that. Let me get my wallet out. And like nobody's gonna be able to
Yeah,
stop me.
see, Noelle did it. Noelle worked with Wade and Side Hustle Pros to get them to do the meetup around our schedule that when we were visiting. So you're awesome. You are not chopped liver. You are so far from chopped liver.
What? Yeah.
We have a Poshmark Canadian, Jody Matoma in the house.
What is happening? Candace Pitt, what? What?
What?
$2 super chat. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow.
I pretty much think all of Europe. I think all of Europe is using euros. Back in 2001, I think waste not, want not is correct.
Yeah, gotcha. Oh, it used to be the lyrics.
Yeah, you keep this up, Katie. You may not be going, or you're going to be going with Binky, not me.
Vicky loves it. She loves it. I showed it to her like a few weeks ago, and she was like,
Oh my gosh.
I'm not even walking with you.
Yeah. And the ugly Americans with fanny packs take on Italian.
Hey, listen, when you get your passport pickpocketed, and I'm like sitting here going like, what? I don't have a problem. What? Meow.
I can't. I can't take it.
I can't even.
You can't take it.
Even.
Whoa. Simmer down now.
Red Extra Reselling says that's called a meow mix. Is that what my super chat song?
Noelle says, Vicky, this is your life now. That is the most accurate statement
We just got $2 Canadian.
Holy cow. Wait, what's the Canadian song we can sing?
Oh, Canada.
Oh,
Row.
Canada, meow, 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 meow.
No, it's row, row, row your boot gently down the stream. I lived in Canada for a year, and they thought I was from Texas.
Row your boot. Row your boot, y'all.
Amanda just said, Katie and Binky are cats. No, started meowing back at you. I can't. Oh my God.
What are you talking about?
They can continue this.
What are you talking about?
Eh?
How have you been?
My whole family's Canadian. They're the nicest people in the world. Jody, you must be really nice. I've never met a Canadian I didn't like.
Yeah. They're cool. And you guys lost.
And when if they interrupt you, they go, sorry, eh?
Eh?
Sorry, eh?
They do.
They don't all say A. It does depend on where they're from.
Sometimes they say, hey.
They don't all sound like what's that show?
They do in Vancouver. And
Sorry.
that's right over the border. They were all like,
Sorry if I'm
Yeah,
misrepresenting
on this side
it,
of the country. I'm from the other side of the country.
Sorry, hey.
yeah.
Vancouver is this over here, not from
They
where
probably
I am.
drive Mazdas.
Mm-hmm. They drive Mazdas. And
Right.
sometimes they like to eat pasta. If they were going to Italy, they'd have some pasta.
They park their Mazda in the
They
garage.
park their Mazda in the garage and have some pasta. Eh?
You know what? Okay, when I went to Canada, they made fun of me and said, my real name is Jessica, but here's what they would do. Hi, my name's Jessica. You got a pencil at the bottom?
A pencil?
Yeah, they're like, I'm from Texas.
Big Drift Thrift Allison, who actually is from Canada as well, it says, I'm offended, eh? Actually, I believe what she said is, I'm offended, eh?
I am totally stuck in the seat here, Noelle. Can you come get me?
I don't know if they can get you out. All our hips are
All right, guys.
attached.
Hey, you've got us here. Ask any questions you want. Personal, business, whatever you want to hear, eh?
Truth or
She might have some embarrassing stories about me, eh?
Christiane says the custom-made magnet, though. Yeah. Katie's mom is very artsy, and she's an artist, and she made this amazing magnet of Katie falling out of a car saying, in remembrance of
No, it
something.
says never again. And then it says something 2018. But it says never again. So seriously, go check it out on my Instagram. It's pretty funny. Actually, I can look it up right here. It's pretty much the best thing ever. But yeah, come on, guys. Any questions you want? Any questions?
I have glasses and I can't even.
It was not beaded boobs. My mom did not intend that, but somebody said that it looked like she had made me beaded boobs.
It was
She
not.
could-
It was.
she
I
would.
think it was red. I think it was to represent your bloody belly.
Yeah, probably.
We should show them the picture of the ornament she made of the
It's
actual.
never again. Katie 2018. Here we go. You guys, this is the magnet my mom made me.
No, that says 8102. That's not it.
Never again. Katie 2018. Crazy. And
Never-
this is
never
guys,
forget.
this isn't new either. I remember when I was in college 20 years ago, my friend's horse got colic really bad and had to have surgery. If you know anything about horses, when they have colic, one of the only things that they can do is they'll try at surgery. They have to take their, it's pretty gross. They put them out, they take all their intestines out because there's like usually some sort of like blockage.
Oh yeah.
And then they put them back in. My mom made Christmas ornaments for us that year, and one of them was the horse with its intestines on the outside of its body.
Well, she also made a cat ornament, and it's has literal fur on it
From the cat.
But I was lit.
She found lint
cat fur that she took and glued onto it.
It's probably some of that too. She probably found it in a pocket, glued it all over on it.
So good, so good. Anyway, Griselda and Johnny are bonding right now. So
Dana and Johnny are house sitting and dog sitting because they're awesome, and our dogs are always happy and fat and spoiled when they're there.
Okay, good point. Somebody, Thrifty Christie just said the car is crying. That's true. See, look, the car has tears. Look at the guy.
And then Katie, ass over tea kettle.
Oh, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
Mom is actually very funny.
We should print those out.
Print them out.
Print out a bunch of them and sell them. We can get rich.
All right.
All right, guys. Questions. Any questions you want?
Susie wants to know, what is the most embarrassing thing Katie has ever done? Have you met her?
I think she already told the story last time.
No, I could think of a new one. The most embarrassing thing, well, I was embarrassed by everything because I was a shy kid. So I was embarrassed of everything. Katie would go to school with her ball caps and her ripped pants, and she'd tie her bandana on her knee. And
I'd
be like, quit dressing like a boy. It's so embarrassing.
I thought it was really cool to take a bandana and tie it around my leg, tie it around my thigh. Well, you said you can't dress like that. People are gonna think you're weird.
Yeah. Katie's like,
and I was like, what? And no, I was like, whatever. I look awesome. Guys. And let me tell you, I've changed a lot since then.
Why are you screaming?
That's what we do.
Because I'm awesome.
We have
My
problems.
Lord.
We got a shout out from the mountaintops.
Okay, let's try quiet.
How many hats do I have? I mean, I technically have probably like, 10, 15 hats. But
No, you have far more than that.
But I only really
She
wear
probably
regularly
has about
a few.
30.
Yeah, pretty much. I know it does. Swift
Might
Seller.
as well sell all the others. Yeah, no kidding, right?
Swift Seller. It does kind of look like I was getting hit by a car and went flying over. Yeah, Lisa. Maybe we should make stickers. That would be a good one. We should. Maybe at eBay Open we'll like hand out stickers of.
Go ahead. Have fun with that.
Car stickers.
I'm sorry. Would any of you like to have awesome stickers that say "never again" and show me flying over a crying car? I think they would.
But we should take a tiny picture of your actual face and get it on there, and then the rest is that picture.
Okay. Question. An actual question. Candace asked, how long should we keep our listings up? It depends on what you're selling. Katie and I both use good till canceled. And that doesn't mean you list it and leave it there for 72 years. It just means you leave it there for at least a few months.
Mm-hmm.
But anything longer than 90 days or so, you should be ending and using sell similar or reworking your listing, changing price, changing title, changing photos, mixing it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But I've sold things that I've had listed for well over a year. It's just anything over 90 days old is suppressed in search.
Yes. So we've heard from multiple people at eBay, and they've said many, many times that good till canceled is the best way to go. But they've also said that once it hits 90 days, it becomes suppressed and it gets pushed down the search. And so they've also said that a lot of the sales happen after 30 days.
Right. So statistics are, we don't know the exact statistics, but we've been told by eBay corporate that most listings are made using good till canceled and made after the 30 days. Most sales, sorry, listed after 30 days. So they've been listed somewhere between 30 and 60 days is when the majority of sales happen.
Because here's the thing, when you do a new listing, it's like you get like this little burst of like the new listing jazzy jazz, but it takes time for it to be indexed, and it takes time for it to get to Google. And it's not like it takes a day or two to get to Google. It takes time. I don't know the exact amount, but I think it takes a while for it to get
indexed to Google. Yeah,
it gets sent out to Google. That's why they tell you to take pictures of the white background and all that stuff. And you want to get it out to Google. It needs to be there for a while, and it needs to build up. I don't know how it all works. I don't know like the technology behind it. I just know it takes a while to get there. And to kind of, it's almost like it needs to mature to a certain level where it's being seen in lots of places and it has some history. and then and it takes more time than 30 days.
Yeah, and no, the answer is I don't think 30 days is long enough. How do you know when something is over 90 days old? So you can go into your selling manager page and you just click on time listed or date listed, and you can sort by the date that it was listed, so you can see how old they are at that point. So no, nobody tells you automatically. It's something you have to manage on your own.
Yeah. DePage Picker says, can I get an amen? Who else goes a year plus without a negative and then splack 2 in 1 week?
Me. I went 18 months without a negative, and I've had 4 in the last 60 days. I've never had 4 in 1 year in my 15 years on eBay.
No, yeah. I'm not saying it takes 30 days to index to Google. I'm just saying that there's a lot that goes into it. And there's some people who I hear people say like, oh, they've got this whole theory that like, they just do 10-day listings and stuff like that. And that's just not enough time. And clearly if Google is telling people like, hey, good till cancel is the best way to do it, they probably know what they're talking about. The reason they don't give us all the data, like the real data, is because they have to keep that stuff somewhat secret.
If we knew how to manipulate data, everybody would be selling everything all the time. There's a reason why.
Well, it wouldn't happen that way. People would be certain people would be manipulating things to sell more, and it wouldn't actually be the stuff that people want, if that makes sense at all.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but they know the data, and eBay wants people to sell a lot because they make more money that way. And so if eBay's telling you, hey, good till cancel is the best way to do it, they probably know what they're talking about.
They have the data behind it.
Mm-hmm.
We don't. So Karen says, I usually sell similar, but I'm hesitant to lose watchers. So I would say if you have something listed for 60 to 90 days, at this point, watchers are not buyers.
They're not doing anything.
So if it's listed more than 90 days, it doesn't matter if you're going to lose the watchers. You'll get new watchers if it's worth it. Don't worry. Watchers are not buyers, and lots of watchers are sometimes other people that are looking, to price the same thing, or they're selling the same thing. So don't worry about it. Red Hill Vintage asked, how long before you finally give up on an item? I have items that I've had for 2 years, but much longer than 2 years. I think I actually cleared out 5 items last week or the week before that were about 2 years old that I said, forget it. I'm finally chucking them.
Yeah. I mean, ideally, I would think like ideally you probably wouldn't want to hang on to something more than a year, but you want to go through those cycles where you figure out like, oh, when I listed this, I had no clue about certain keywords. And now I can change it around and it's actually going to sell. And it also depends on like how much space you have for everything. But like, for instance, those military jackets that I just found out a week or 2 ago that snorkel was like, was a term that's used regularly in those listings.
Mm-hmm.
I never even had heard of that. I'd never heard of it. And so then I went in and I changed my listings that I had with these particular military kind of parka jackets. And I added the word snorkel in there because I'm like, oh, all these other ones that are selling for really high dollar amounts, they use the word snorkel. And I Googled it and I learned what a snorkel was. So
exactly. So I want to make a note here. Katie's babbling, but as usual, Kelly, Hip Flippin' Mama, just made an announcement that she is full-time reseller now. She has quit the day job.
Good job.
Kelly, good luck. Now you really have to hustle and kick butt, which means you probably can't do YouTube every day. List.
Yep, you got a list. You got to find a balance. So Sunny says, do you ever sell bulk mystery boxes? Okay, as far as eBay goes, I don't know about other platforms, but eBay, you do not ever want to sell a mystery anything. You want to show exactly what people are getting. And when they buy it from you, you want to make sure that's what they get. Because a mystery box, anybody can say, well, as described. I mean, it's like you can't. It's just, I think it's against, even though people do sell them, isn't it against?
Yeah, but you can do them on Posh, you can do them on other places, but you can't do them on eBay.
Yeah, so we don't do them.
Let me see.
Lorna, it's the most amazing fanny pack that ever was that my sister got me for Christmas.
I sent Lorna a message and told her she had to buy a taco one.
Meow, 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 meow. Now I'm going to wear this everywhere along with my Misfits hat.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
So what was the question? What was our #1 sale? Who asked that question? Between the two of you, what was your biggest sale of today?
Of today?
At biggest individual sale, I think I sold 8 or 9 things.
Yeah, I don't
have to check.
My sales today have been kind of
yesterday. I had 2 sales that were over $200. So yesterday was a good day. Today, my biggest individual sale. Oh crap! Whoopsie. That's the wrong thing.
No crap.
My biggest individual sale was $70 on Etsy, and then I sold something for 60. I had 2 sales on Etsy today, one for 70 and one for 60.
Yeah, my sales have been really bad today. I sold something on Etsy for 36 and something for $42 on eBay. Literally, those are all my sales. Somebody did pay for something that it was a best offer from like 2 weeks ago that I accepted, and they just paid for it today for 61. But yeah.
So let's see. There's another couple questions.
So Angie wants to know, what is a good number of new listings each day to keep moving sales? That all depends on what your goal is. So let's say you're happy with what your sales are right now. I mean, you at least need to be replenishing. If you want your sales to grow, then you want to be growing. So it just depends on like how fast you need to grow or want to grow. I personally like to make sure that I'm listing more than I'm selling at pretty much all times. I want to be consistently growing my inventory. Now, I do have sort of an end in mind. Like, I don't really want to get too far beyond maybe 2,000 to 2,500, and I'm at 1,900 right now.
I'm at 2,500, and I think I will tap off at 3,000. I may not make it much higher than 2,500. The highest I've ever been is 2,600, and I think that's pretty much around my breaking point, honestly. I cannot list much higher and keep it and maintain it just with the balance of the number of listings and the number of sales that I can do, that I can possibly do. So for me, I keep between, 2,500 or so. Yeah. Jody's like, it doesn't matter how much you list daily. It matters what you list, how much.
It's an impossible question.
Yeah, it's all of those things. You just really need to be active in your store, if not every day, as frequently as possible. Whether that's with new listings, changing prices, getting in there and ending listings and doing sell similar and changing them. So that's what you really need to do. But I will say, if you want to have a good full-time income at this, it is a numbers game. There is a certain type of sell-through that you can count on depending on what category you sell in or what categories you sell in. So nobody's going to have 100% sell-through. Nobody.
Yeah. It just depends on what it is, though. And
so if you have 600 items and you want to have a 10% sell-through, which is pretty aggressive on clothing or shoes or used or thrifted items that are one of a kind, a 10% sell-through is a strong sell-through rate. So that means that you have 600 items. That means you want to sell 60 items a month, and then you've got to calculate your average sale price. If your average sale price is $20, that's not a lot of money to live on for a full-time income. So the more things you have listed and the higher the sell-through rate and the higher your average sale price, that's what you need to do. You need to work backwards using those calculations to see how much you need to list per day.
You want to know what your sell-through rate is and know how things are working, because if you're somebody who has 5,000 listings and you're only making a couple $1,000s a month, and that means that you're probably working yourself to the bone and not really getting that great of a return, especially depending on what your average sale price is. So there's so many different factors that go into it. That really you want to be aware of what your sell-through rate is, what your average sale price is, and figure out, like, is that working for you? Do you need better listings? Do you need better stuff? And then once you're happy with that sell-through rate, then figuring out how many listings you need to have to be at the level you want to be at. So
yeah, Jody, some people are doing great on Posh, and I'm not and I'll never tell anybody not to do it. I just physically, I already work 70 hours a week. I cannot possibly add another platform. And I prefer to put my effort into the platform that I know that I do well in. I'm averaging $8,000 to $9,000 a month between Etsy and eBay. And that's where I need to stay and where I want to stay. It's doing well for me. So I know a lot of people complain about their sales. I really don't have anything to complain about. I had a couple of slow months while Katie was in the hospital when she was recovering because I wasn't working. My sales are nearly double what they were 2 years ago. So
yeah, Hip Flip and Mama, it makes such a huge difference when you go to where you're actually listing every single day or almost every single day. It will change everything. It really does.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I work really hard, and Katie works really hard. We work far more hours than I ever did working for anyone else. But I love what I do. And I honestly, I'm not very good at social media and the sharing and that type of thing. Lauren will be the first person to tell you I'm in her social media group, which is just about sharing. And I am horrible, although I did do it 4 times in the last 7 days, 4 times. That's huge for me. I will not be the person that will be in there doing it every day. So Posh is not something for me unless I wanted to outsource it. Hey, Raking Profits in the house. Steve Raking in the house. What up, hustlers?
What's up, hustlers? Can you gently touch that thumbs up? So Sunny listed a camera and had it listed for $57, raised it to $119, and it sold the next day.
Awesome.
That's pretty awesome.
That's awesome.
So Cheryl says, I'm trying to do Posh and eBay, but it's really difficult. Should I just choose one, you think? I mean, it just depends, because like I know one thing that we say, that if you're going to do multiple platforms, which we do think that it's probably good to not be completely in on one, you need to make sure that you don't do 5 different platforms, maybe pick 2.
And do 5 half-assed.
Right. So maybe like pick 2 and really commit yourself to both of those. I don't know if you're working full time at this, if you have a regular job on top of it. But for us, like we each do eBay and Etsy, and we put a lot of work into both. Or at least you outsource your.
I outsource my,
but you're putting resources into both.
Correct.
And so, whereas I'm listing on both every single day, and it really does pay off to have 2. I don't know. I don't do Poshmark, so I don't know like how much. Like I really don't know. I don't know if you should.
I've never downloaded the Posh app. I've never sold anything or purchased anything, so I really cannot speak to it. I just know that you need to be active in there. You need to be sharing and share parties and all that kind of crap, and that's just not for me.
Yeah, I think it just depends, and it depends on what your goals are, because you can ask anybody. Look at anybody who is doing really well. Somebody like Steve, Rick and Profits. Nobody that's a really big time seller that's super successful is only doing one platform, only having one.
And not that we're comparing ourselves to Steve, because Steve is the man, but we're small potatoes compared to him. But let's see, what do we have in here? So I do outsource to get my Etsy listings. Yeah, my assistant does do my cross posting to Etsy. That's what she does for me. She does anywhere from 4 to 6 hours a week cross posting, just Etsy, and she takes photos for me almost every week, about 4 hours a week. So yeah, so she's worked.
For sure.
She works 8 to 10 hours a week for me.
Very, very cool.
Cheryl Walls, I'm trying to do full time, but I have 8 kids. So holy crap, you were already doing full time times 10.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, 8 kids. God bless you.
Seriously.
I don't know where you'd have time. I'd be leaving the house. I forget staying home to work. I'd be leaving the house to get out.
I know I got 3, and they just won't leave you alone.
Very, very cool.
I'm waiting until I get all the information and I'm like really good. Then I'm going to be like, hey, I'm going to start selling. And then I'll be like the queen.
Yeah. So she's basically doing it the way we tell people not to do it. Because what you need to do, the most important step, is to take the first step. Because if you spend too much time, you can't start selling until you start selling. You have to list it. It's not going to happen if it's just sitting there.
I don't even know if I want to do it. I'm just Katie's the go-getter. I'm like the lazy one.
You're not lazy at all.
I'm the lazy one.
You have 4 kids. Give me a break.
4.
Well, no, actually 5 if you add Will into that.
Yeah. And 3 cats.
And 3 and chickens. Don't forget the chickens.
And 3 chickens.
Anyway.
Yeah, so we're just about at an hour now. Do we have any more questions that we can answer for you guys?
Anything, guys? Anything?
And Jody, you're welcome. This is kind of what we try to do. We try to be as transparent as possible. We have 2 different, 2 different eBay stores, 2 different eBay styles. We sell different things. We sell things differently. And so we just try to, share with you guys as much as possible.
Yeah, I mean, mastering one platform before starting another, I don't think that's necessarily a bad idea. It just depends on what your goals are, what you're trying to accomplish. I mean, I would definitely say that not that I've mastered eBay, but eBay is definitely the one that I feel very comfortable with. I understand it. I understand how it works.
I've mastered eBay.
But
I don't think anybody ever masters it. It changes all the time.
Right. So as far as eBay goes, we're doing about as well. We understand it about as well as a seller can, I would say. And so then we took on another platform, which is Etsy, which we don't understand as well as eBay. And so we're putting time into that. But I don't see any reason if somebody wanted to start out and just from the beginning take on 2 platforms. I mean, you could do that. I think what's just important is that you commit to the platforms that you choose. So don't do 5 of them and barely be able to give any time to any of them. And then it's you just have to be committed to the ones you
spread yourself too thin, and you're not going to accomplish anything anywhere if you're doing that. It's going to be little dribs and drabs everywhere.
Yeah, parade.
When is the bachelorette party? I'm pretty sure we're not having one.
We don't want to know that, man.
I don't think we're having one. We're actually doing the whole wedding is going to be so low key for us. We're not, we're just doing a very quiet wedding. So
yeah, So in Thrift says, do you get a lot of returns doing free shipping and free returns? I don't. Part of that has to do with the fact that I sell men's clothing and men just don't return stuff as much as women do. That's just a reality. But also because of the type of stuff that I sell a lot of vintage and a lot of more collectible stuff. And so like you got a dude who's into thrifted vintage streetwear, he's going to buy something from me and he's going to know what his size is. Like a medium t-shirt is generally a medium t-shirt, especially if you know the measurements. And if it's something that they really wanted for a long time, like some vintage Tommy Hilfiger or vintage whatever, they're excited when they get it and they want to keep it. It's just, I just don't really work in a niche that is prone to a lot of returns.
I will say that I tried free shipping and free returns. I still do free shipping on almost everything. Maybe like 98% of my store is free shipping. I took off free returns. I did free returns for 9 months. I was absolutely slammed with returns and completely inundated. It was completely irrational. I took off free returns about November, the end of November, mid-November. My sales did not drop one bit, and my returns dropped down to a normal level where they were before.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm getting maybe two returns a month, where I was getting 5 and 6 a week.
Yeah. Well, because they know if you know you can return it, they're just like, oh, I can check it out and just send it back.
Yeah, it depends on what categories you sell in, but I was honestly getting returns every day. I would dread answering my messages.
Allison, yeah, we're masturbators.
She's so funny.
Jill says, I'm on eBay and Amazon. I don't think they have any bandwidth for Etsy in the day job and the house and kids. Yeah, seriously, like we're full-time and we only each do 2 platforms. I mean, yes, we do YouTube as well. So that's kind of another source of income for us. So really there's 3 there. But I mean, unless you're hiring people to help, there's only so much that you can do. And I see Dahlia has a question. Now we don't do Poshmark, but I think we can still help you with this. She says, I work full-time, have 380 available. Now you work regular job that's separate from Poshmark, as opposed to you're working full-time and making 10,000 gross. Because that would be hard to triple your time in. But I mean, I would say really super simple answer that 3 times as much probably would bring you 3 times as much money if everything else remained equal. But then I'm sure you could improve. Hopefully you're improving all the time on like knowing what stuff to source.
I'm hearing something went down.
Did something go down?
I don't know. Are we gone?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, better now.
Oh, it disappeared for a minute.
It's okay. I was just rambling anyway.
So we did hit 6,000 subs. So thanks, guys. We're a little over 6,000 now. 6,000 in a year, less than a year is pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I was just looking at our past videos, and we did our first haul video together that was not live in January. And then we did another one a couple months later, but we didn't do our first live show, like live one until, it was like April. So it hasn't even been like a full year of like of what our show is now, what our channel is now.
Yeah.
Hasn't even been a full year. So it's pretty cool. Anyway.
I appreciate you guys for watching and hanging out, and 155 people hanging out on a Friday night.
What? That's crazy.
At all different times, because we're all different countries here in different parts of the country. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, guys, Sunny, we're actually going to be doing our regular haul show is going to happen on Sunday. It's going to be a little bit different because we're not going to show our solds just because. Well, because I already said this to you. We talked about. She doesn't listen to me.
We didn't talk about this.
We did. She doesn't listen to me though. Anyway, because we don't have 2 screens to be able to, I can't do it on one screen. We're having a show on Sunday, guys. You'll see our show.
We are going to do a live haul.
She doesn't listen to me. We are going to do a live haul. We're going to show you guys what we got for sure. So it should be at the same time. But anyway, it's after 8 o'clock. I think we're fading fast here.
We have to go grab some dinner.
We need some food.
I'm tired.
But thank you Allison, welcome in. But thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with us. I'm going to load up my fanny pack with everything that I need so that we can go find ourselves some dinner. And somebody's breaking the rules.
In.
We're just wrapping up, Dad. Hey guys, look, it's Tom.
Tell Mimi to come say
It's
hi.
my dad. It's my dad.
Hey, Dad. Hi, Dad. Hey, Dad.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dad.
Thanks, Tom Zilverbergs. Tom. Anyway, guys,
Thank you for
your service.
yes. He was in the army.
Anyway, guys, thank you for hanging out with us tonight, and we will see you on our Sunday show.
Yes.
Whatever form it is, but it will be live and it'll be at the regular time.
Regular time, 2:00
Mhm.
Pacific Standard Time.
Am I going to be on it?
Yeah, because you got to
If
share the
you're
cool
here.
stuff that you
Ooh,
have.
cool.
We might do the show at your place.
Okay.
You can show the stuff that you have.
I'll keep it away, but I'll show you my cat.
What about one of the chickens?
Oh, and my chicken. Joe Crispers and Narny Barney.
Your Crispers.
Oh, Lord. Somebody send me a private plane, please.
All right, guys. We will see you later. Bye.
Sorry, I actually ate her hair.